So today's video is on installing this gate system, but not so much the gate install because there's lots of videos on that, but rather how it's integrated with this smart Wi-Fi door opener. So that you can open up this gate from anywhere using a single app, and it'll also open up the gate directly from the pin pad. So let's get into it, and hopefully this might answer some of your questions if you're wanting to do something similar. So I'm going to go over what I did to set up this gate so that it is wireless and has a camera on it. So here's inside the boxes and everything that I've got. So I've got the wireless vehicle sensor out there so that, you know, if someone is on the property and they're leaving, nobody needs to get out and push any buttons or anything like that. The sensor will sense and open up the gate at least 20 feet past the end of the gate. Then I have power coming all the way from the shop all the way to right here. So this is my power for the system. You can technically run low voltage cable, a 12 volt power supply that they give you right there, and you can connect to that and then run low voltage cable all the way out here, because all you're doing is you're powering or recharging your batteries. So that's just keeping them charged because the gate is operating off of the batteries. So I've got power here, 120 volts, 15 amps, and then I've got my busy day today. Okay, so then besides that, you know, we've got the lines coming over for the first gate opener and then for the second one. I'll go over that really quickly. All I did was here at where the joint was, I just used my grinder and I just cut down it maybe 1.5 inches or so, and I laid the wire into it, and then at the end I kind of hollowed it out so I could get some rigid conduit into it, and then I put some self-leveling sealant across the crack to cover it all up. Piece of conduit down there goes under, conduit comes up so it's protected, goes up to the gate controller. But that's an easy way to do it without having to run conduit through here. Yeah, that's the basics of the ghost control system. But the problem with ghost control system is that they don't have a camera to use with their system, and I wanted that camera to also be on Wi-Fi so that I could open and close from all the same control. And so what I went with was this GBF system here. Anyways, we'll get to that in a minute. But that allows Wi-Fi control to open and close the gate. But here on the back, you've got power in. So you see that right there, that's my power in. So there's a little 12 volt transformer down in there. Positive and negative there, 12 volt coming in. Lock 1 and lock 2. So you could run 2 locks off of this. So we're running lock 1. And so what I've got here is I've got normally open, common, and normally closed here. From the common and normally open is what I'm running my legs from. So here, blue and green. Green is for normally open, blue is for common. It's not through here yet, but where those are going, that blue wire that's coming off of the GBF panel is going into the common. So the green wire that's on normally open is coming over and it's plugging into cycle. So that means when I use the app, it'll send power through and the gate will open. So now you have a Wi-Fi app controlled camera and gate opener, so you can see who's there, talk to them, and be able to open and control the gate. The other thing that I've got is I've got this TP-Link Wi-Fi extender here, and then I've got another one up there on the house, and it's all linked to the Wi-Fi. All the links to everything I'm using will be there in the description of any of these parts and pieces, because I got pretty much all this off of Amazon. This is just acting as basically a Wi-Fi bridge. It gets enough megabits per second out here to the gate to where it functions. Now that house does have pretty good internet fiber that's going into the house, but I think what's actually coming off the router is maybe like 250, and then by the time it makes it all the way out here, it's like 50. I'm using this instead of the built-in antenna because that thing is not reliable. It does fine when it's really close, but it does not do well all the way out here. This is about 130 feet maybe. If you're not close enough or your Wi-Fi is really bad to begin with, you might want to do a Wi-Fi bridge, which is a little bit better connection than these little extenders. But these work because they've got one plug out that you can, you know, directly plug something into. So anyways, cheap, quick solution for my problem, but again, you might need a Wi-Fi bridge. So that's going up into here, and then power is going up into there, and then the signal to open up the gate is coming out, and that's pretty much it. I'm going to get all this finished up here, and then you can see it in action. So everything's been installed, so I'm just going to show you how everything works now. The code you can set on the Door Deer app, which I will show you here in a minute, and the code right now. And then you push the pound key, and that will open it. You set how far you want it to open and close when you're installing the Ghost hardware. So that's already preset. This doesn't have anything to do with it. So with this, I can also push the call button. All right, so now it's ringing. I'm gonna say accept, and there I am. Hello everyone. You can see it's got a pretty wide angle all the way from the gate, so I can see whether it's open or closed, all the way to the end of the driveway. So all I have to do to open it is slide the lock button. And there it goes. And now it's opening. The only problem I found is that this is the only illumination right here. It does not have night vision, which I did not know when I was installing this. And so what I'm gonna need to do is figure out some sort of light that I can put here, so that at nighttime you can see who's out here. Okay, just to go over the system one more time. So again, we've got power here, comes up into the box. We've got 3 things that have to be plugged in. The Wi-Fi extender right here that's plugged in to the pin pad directly with an Ethernet cable. Then we have 12 volt power going to that pin pad and 12 volt power going over here to the Ghost Controls board, which is powering the batteries, keeping them topped off. Besides that, we've got an underground vehicle sensor down there. We've got the 2 gate control arms, and that's pretty much it. The wire has to come from the pin pad down into the Ghost Controls panel, but that is the entire system right there. Pretty straightforward. You don't need a box this big, but it is helpful to have a little bit more room for coiling stuff up. I do have a bead of caulking running up the length and the back and going down to protect water from going inside the box from the hole that's drilled through this 2x6. So there's caulking on the back side here, caulking up here to seal it all the way around, so water will drain out and away. Well guys, hopefully that answered some questions you might have if you're wanting to do a similar thing with your gate. Again, it was a very simple system, but there wasn't a whole lot of information online when I did this. So hopefully this will solve you some of the trouble that I had to go through to figure out what would function and how things would work together, since I had never installed a gate opener like this before. Alright guys, I will see you in the next video.